let's explain what's going on here. Okay, this is a meeting engagement. You can sort of recognize that we're in a similar situation here. We have various valleys. I think, is this just right now? I don't know. Not sure exactly how this relates to the previous map, but it's in this general area of Germany. Sure, we could find it, and I'm sure the dev here would know just where it is. Periodic victory, yeah. It's definitely that area. And a few more victories like that, and who needs, you know, can't afford them. Okay. So the objective is to control all three objectives. Our scouts for both sides, I presume, get to start in these zones. The main units are there, and this is a meeting engagement. Okay, well, I've set up the laws. 2 rocket teams are going to hoof it into there. We've got one Bradley. He's going to also sort of try to zip in here fairly quickly, drop off his team, and I don't know if I'm going to stay there with the Bradley or not. The others, you can see, are going to come here, that and around that way, and here we can see quickly the sort of hopefully, if they get into place, this is a major element of my force here, we'll be able to cover an approach here. Now this is another the other objective X. 2 of them are unfortunately in the enemy's half of the field. And so we can see that they're here behind this hill. Here's that. I want to move into this area here. I'm going to get these units here, try to get them here, move the infantry up to this sort of forest through there, and I'll try to remember to use covered path to get them up there. And then once they're sort of congregated in that area effectively, I want to try to do, well, hopefully the infantry will do some spotting, and these guys over here will do some spotting to see what the enemy is like there, and then try to do a coordinated movement instead of the idea, you know, one vehicle rolls out, it gets killed, the next vehicle rolls out, it gets killed, and then the third and fourth and whatnot. Try to have them all, you know, crest the hill and move as together as possible. That's my thoughts, and I don't know if the devs are laughing that ain't gonna work, but we're gonna try it. Now over here we have some scout teams that are just going to start off looking around here just to see, because there could be, you know, enemy scouts immediately on the side of this. But I've moved the infantry without vehicles down here because I figured moving through these forests were going to be difficult and slow for the vehicles. So they're going to just, and let's yeah, I'm going to, well, don't know if covered, no, I don't know that covered is good here because we want them to walk fast. Got a dragon ATGM team here. No, you know, here. Yeah, do you have a orders? Yes. Okay, and I just want them to move up here through the forest, into the forest here, and then see what we can do. The old adage is to defend everywhere is to defend nothing, because say if I were to break up my 4 tanks and try to defend, you know, if I was truly defending each of these positions, all it takes is a concentration of the enemy in any one area to defeat it. So I figure this is less likely to happen. Well, I just moving in on the roads or trying to get through the forest. I didn't know how well that would work into here. That looks bad. This is open, which isn't good, but we do have the reverse slope of the hill here, and we can see here my sort of movement path along the road. We also have the M113 infantry, mechanized infantry moving up here. along with the tanks. The headquarters are going to come to be something hopefully ineffective as a headquarters, but behind the area, and the tanks and the mechanized infantry are going to come into here, see what we can get at, and then move up there. What's area says you can follow the river north with your infantry and do an attack through the forest, flanking attack. If you're thinking here, maybe, I don't know, into there. Well, I think we can get here before they can show up. I'm hoping so. Here, you're thinking north around here. Yeah, that could work. Maybe we'll dismount, but I do want to move a couple of infantry through these woods to see what we can see this way. I've got this guy set. Oh, we can look at SOP. We're going to go cover. Change that to cover. But he is told to sort of sneak into there, and he's staying there for the moment. Okay, yeah, you're thinking, yeah, here. And then around. Not a bad idea. Well, we'll see when we get there, because, like I say, this squad and this squad are going to be coming to here, and they could easily deploy and move up around that way. They leave the infantry to do that. This squad and this squad here, I guess, could be the ones that try to move up and through the woods. There we have some. Oh, these guys have no orders. Okay. Yeah. Let's. I think I'm going to follow sort of Aries' advice with at least that one there. Oh, that's good enough. We'll get him to there. That is trying to be quick path. We'll let them judge whether they want to go straight or around to the bridge. And get to there. This location is just northeast of the battle you played. Okay. You can see similar ridge to the southwest. If you lose this campaign battle, you'll likely have the next scenario very close to that location. Ari showing his tactical skills impressive. Yeah, Ari can think at times. At times when I played with him, he rushes into... Okay, no, that's... Okay, yeah, Niedermoos. Okay, so that is... right where we were. That's right. That was that town. Okay, so that's the ridge there. They came over and around. Okay, yeah, I'm seeing this right now exactly. That's where the tank came around, killed our last Bradley there. We moved our M60 down through to here. It died there. Okay, yeah, I'm seeing that exactly. And see, what's wonderful about this is that it's a very realistic terrain for the the engagements that they're setting. Well, yeah, you fancy yourself. Doesn't everybody fancy themselves more of a general than an infantryman? So, okay, yeah, I see exactly where we were there. Okay, so we're a little north of that. And so that is my plan of attack. We've done set the two TRPs here and here. Figure that's going to be the main area of using them. I'm hoping these guys can get in here, get their infantry out, and just defend this and be effective against whatever's coming through these woods as it comes out, and kill it. That's my hope. And I just figured either the tanks are going to do the job or they're not, as armor, not try to use the Bradleys as armor in the assault. So the infantry is going to be in the assault there. Okay, so let's get this going here. See how this goes. Yeah, but he's also seen you play War Thunder too. So hopefully not too much of a traffic jam here for these units. And we have some mortars again as well. Back here. And we, for artillery, we have 4 guns. I like artillery better than the trying to use the air in this. Maybe just I'm better at thinking about the artillery than planning air missions and setting them up. Yeah, these guys are walking there. See, I'm really not sure where we're going to be engaging the infantry. Okay, it looks like they've gotten the position. How's their line of sight? Okay, well, something at least. We'll see if they're moving into the position, other than simply them taking the square. Keep wanting to say hex. Just so used to that with that. Okay, do we have a unknown something there, I guess? These guys, I don't know if this is a good team. They sort of seem to have some line of sight into that area as well. Thinking mostly for artillery. Well, since I haven't seen anybody move into here, let's pause this. Okay, SOP cover. Keep on the hold fire, but we're going to have you advance through the woods, just sort of in advance of all these guys that are working there. Okay. You come through the woods, just get there, see what you can see. Report. They're 11 seconds away from starting their moving. Better have them get there a little bit slower than... Okay, whoa. Pause. What have we got here? Okay, PT 76. These guys are going to hopefully take it out. That's an amphibious recon unit, is it saying here? But it's amphibious. So it's thin skin. It's 76mm low pressure gun. Should really not... Okay, good. They're destroyed. Okay, what took it out? Okay, by an M60. Should not really be able to damage an M60. Well, knock it out. Shouldn't. At least that's my evaluation of the capabilities of that. Okay, pause. Okay, we've got here. Okay, orders, unload. So get your troops out. Here, okay. orders, unload. No reason to keep your troops in your vehicles after getting here. Okay, so they've spotted some units moving and had that knocked out. Problem is when I go on a tactical level as a commander anyways, I'm overly cautious and thus wouldn't be greatly aggressive. I fancy more side attacks than frontal, absolutely area, which could be a great thing. Heat shell of a PT-76 can penetrate. Oh, okay. Okay. Romka. Now, if that's not from War Thunder, because I don't trust War Thunder stuff. Heat round 300 millimeters. Yeah. These guys don't have any reactive armor. So, yeah, that could be a pretty bad thing. Yeah, okay. Thanks for the correction. Now, as Ari was saying, as an infantry commander, whether I'm looking at squads, platoons, commanding a company or commanding companies, the way I would want to, let's say, attack here, don't know if that's a good example. Yeah, it's all right. Would be to, well, let's say I want to attack this side of this ridge. We know we have some intelligence that the enemy's over here, and we're over here somewhere to start out with. But hey, somebody reports that there's enemies here. What I would want to do here, and we can look at the isometric here. So they're on this ridge here, and we're in here, and we're going to come up and attack them. Now, if they're in greater strength than we are, and they're smartly deployed, and they're well-trained or equally trained troops, we're screwed. I mean, that's just the way we're screwed. Unless the one thing is if we have artillery, they don't, and we can blast them with artillery. But let's presume we're not having a lot of extra mortars or extra artillery. It's just sort of, again, whatever scale you want to look at this, but on the tactical level. I would want to move cautiously, move one force up into here, move another force over to here, and then keep a third force in reserve, because my doctrinal training is this. And so this, well, no, let's click off of that. The force that's here would then put firepower, machine guns, rifles, whatever, recoilless rifles, whatnot, direct sort of firepower support. Again, if there's any heavy weapons platoon, sure, they would put their mortars or whatever on it. And then, with that happening, then attack across here. Now, I'm presuming we're not having enemy over here, but if I am worried about that, how much do we expand the battle? That does become a problem. And then we're looking at another case of just increasing over around the flanks, but we're just here. Then we would come in and assault here. Once you're getting to the edge here, this force needs to check its fire, so then the assaulting force can move in and clear out. And then you have your reserves to do whatever, that, oops, somebody's, marching up from the south, or, oh, there really is other troops over here, and so you need to send in a flanking unit around, or whatever, so you keep a reserve. That's the way I would want to attack, and you need to be able to overwhelm firepower to suppress the enemy's location while you advance on it. If you can't do that effectively, attacks You might just be able to march across the field, you know, or crawl across the field, or charge across the field, whatever it may be, and overwhelm them. But you're going to take a god awful amount of casualties doing so. One of my big skills is logistics and driving machines, so I went in the engineers in my basic training, and I don't think I have a head to lead men. It just would get bloody real fast, and if I was to lead anyone, yeah, I can imagine. Well, it gets bloody fast even when you're doing things right. Okay, so we've encountered a motor mechanized. Okay, these guys are out. Advance to here. You get in that building. Now, okay. Let's look at line of sights here. Okay, that would work, I think. Let's move you. Advance to here. To here. That way they're, instead of trying to get them back across this open terrain to join up with the rest of the unit. Okay, that's, and they should be, oh, well, they didn't have their orders changed. You guys, this, no, we can make them in this platoon. Hold fire. You're gonna, your job is to get in that building and just don't let anybody know you're there. Let's check this out. Line of sight. Yeah. And yes, I would just figure the local squad leader, platoon commander, whatever, would be picking the best positions out. Yeah, okay, SOP, effective fire range. We don't need mags. Don't need you just being quick off the trigger because you see something somewhere. I saw something, Sarge. No. Wait until they're in the good kill zone. These guys are coming here. Here. What's their order? So I think we're gonna go hold until absolute necessity to shoot. Their job is just to hide there. Okay, these guys are slowly marching their way up there. These guys are coming there. All right. These guys are slowly making their way through there. And these guys are buffing it up through there. Okay, that looks good. So just continue here. Yeah. Okay, because they parked there. These guys were going to be sort of the advance guard for the HQ. A little worried here, that's why I brought him to here. Just, well, I do, when we attack, I do want him to join into, oh, it's, is there a better spot? Yeah, I sort of wanted him to maybe watch this road. And there really isn't a good spot here, is there? Okay. Well, no, we'll get out of that. Let's do cover movement and advance to here, to here. Here. Watch there for the moment till some of these guys get into place, then they can come up. Okay, let's go to fast for at least a little while. Okay. Pause. Okay, we have a BTR of some sort probably there. No, BTR 70 there. Okay, so yeah, we have that fairly well secure at the moment. They're shooting on the move. And they got him good. Where? Okay, just sort of along there is where they could see. We're gonna wait a bit. Well, okay, another enemy vehicle is destroyed. And then our scouts are spotting these guys over here. Okay. Well, let's look at line of sight. We don't want to move. We really don't want to crest that. Well, we want to crest this, but I want to do it as a coordinated movement. But if they push into back here, hopefully these guys are deep in the woods and they'll just drive by them. Just want to check their orders again. Yeah, hold fire. Hold fire. Hopefully those guys will not be spotted. Yeah, I guess it's okay. And this. Are you looking at anything useful here? No. So if we were to come over to here. Okay, let's come to there. You can do that in this game if you use player character features and assign yourself a unit. You certainly can play differently when you have to keep yourself alive. Very interesting. I did not know about that feature. Here we got a BMP-2 here. Along the road. These guys, I'm pretty sure. Old, yes. I don't know the thinking, but I would think the effective fire would be the standard. Whenever I've played into these, it's always set to max range. Obviously, I want to keep my scouts at like don't shoot, so that we can observe the enemy. And, you know, get radio reports in. Okay, so they're going through the woods. So they're going to break out through these woods here. Now, why are they going through those woods? Yeah, why? I don't know if they just all started out somewhere up here and are coming, but they haven't come into the objective hex or location. They bypassed it. I'm just trying to figure out what they're going to do. Because, yeah, if they come back in here, they could mess up my artillery, my mortars. But these guys are still just hiking to their location. And, yeah, they can mess them up. But these guys looks like they're going to get the cover of the woods. I don't get that. What their goal is. Unless they think they're going to bounce into my main force that's pushing here somewhere. I mean, that's quite possible. Well, okay. No plan survives contact with the enemy. Let's... Is there a good... I want to get a shot along to there. But, you know, I don't want to bounce into them, so... Bump into them, whatever you want to call it. Let's move you to there. Let's move you to there. Okay. Delaying any assault on these other positions, but if I can take out some of their units. Yes, absolutely. The Ardennes offensive. And they did it again in 1944, too, in Christmas. Called the Battle of the Bulge, yes. And the Germans thought, well, we've done it once. They wouldn't expect us to do the same plan again. Of course, I mean, it's not the same plan, but yeah. Well, I'm just trying to figure out what they think their goals are trying to do. And it's, yes, I know we're dealing with an AI, but if it's hold here, and then hold way up here, well, I don't think they're going to drive. Well, I don't know why somebody hasn't just occupied this, but okay. And there very well could be, you know, whether it's like I'm walking troops, they're walking some troops, or going to drive some unit in here that's going to show up momentarily. Fine. I expect that to happen. And I'm also seeing these guys here moving to the south as well. And I don't know if they're thinking of coming here and hooking around behind the mount or behind the ridge or whatnot. Because now these guys do, this is what I expected to see trying to come to here. So I don't know. Okay, I did not know that. That's interesting. That there can be dummy objectives that the enemy sees in a different location than you, so you can never be sure of where it will be going. Very interesting, very fascinating. The more I learn about this game, the more I like it. The more I learn, the more I like it. Yes, okay. I gotta watch the clock here. We still got plenty of time. Maybe not to finish this today, but to see how some of this works out. Because to a point, I'm just wondering, do I just ignore this, get my objective, and try to hold them from reaction to it? I don't know, you know, to me taking the objective. Let's look at line of sight here. Yeah, that's pretty good. Okay, rotate, yeah, rotate that direction. These guys are still making through it. I love the animations. Somebody should be yelling at them, don't bunch up, don't bunch up. Oh, we're damaged. We've been hit. They're putting smoke on us. Okay, I think we're taking what might be known as artillery. Oh, we want to advance to here. Get out of there. Okay, they're sort of watching through that road there now. Okay, we're gonna give unload orders now. I wondered whether I wanted to try to advance the M113s up and then unload them, or load them back here, but I think we're gonna unload back here and move them into the woods. Well, these guys are gonna get found out. No, well, not much we can do about it at this moment. So I presume they will. Yep. Yeah. Hopefully these guys are enough in the woods to stay alive.